Good morning, my dear students in grade 8. How are you today? I hope you're fine.
رؤية المدرسة إعداد فتى
The school vision, to prepare creative, well-educated students who are able to establish civilized, aware, reserved society, stick to the authentic morals and values, in addition to using the modern technology.
Our lesson today, cover page 2A reading, Eastwood Secondary School Part 1. Module 2, 2A, Students Book, page 19. Our learning objectives for today. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to identify the main idea and of the text through skimming it and matching pictures 1 to 3 with 3 people correctly. Objective 2, to identify the meaning of 7 vocabulary items using context clues to complete 8 sentences accurately. What do you expect to learn about in this module, Module 2, World Famous? Famous games, famous people, famous places, and famous events. Discuss. Look at the pictures. Can you complete the facts? What other world famous landmarks, museums, people, games do you know of? Look at this German scientist. What's his name and what's the field of his study? He is Albert Einstein. He is a scientist in maths and physics. Now look at this picture. What is the name of this game? It's football. What is the number? How many players? 22. And now look, what is the name of this landmark? The Great Wall of China. Perfect. In China. What is the name of this museum? Excellent. It's the Museum of Islamic Art in Doha, Qatar. What other world famous landmarks and museums, people, games do you know of? People, Isaac Newton, Marie Curie, Steve Jobs, Landmarks: the Statue of Liberty, New York City, USA; the Eiffel Tower, Paris, France. Museums: the American Natural History Museum, New York, USA; baseball, basketball, and tennis. And now, module general objectives. In this module, you will learn to talk about people, places, and things that are world famous, common units of measurement, collocations with make and do, to define people, places, and things by using relative pronouns and adverbs, to understand advertisements, to talk about conditions and their results, to write a short biography, to describe a picture, to give and follow instructions, to ask for and give information about a city, to ask clarification and repetition, and to write a description of a place or for a web page. Come up with many words related to museums as you can. Museum, trip, history, collection, hall, guide, model. What can you see in these pictures? Look at this one. What is this? Perfect. It's a dinosaur. Okay, and what is this? It's a tree trunk. And that's a whale. In what kind of museums can you find these things? Perfect. We can see the dinosaur in a natural history museum. Discuss. What kind of museums have you been to? And natural science museums, science and technology museums, and art museums. Which museum is your favorite one? Science and Technology Museum. Have you been to or would you like to visit a natural history museum? If your answer will be yes, I have, or no, I haven't, yes, I'd love to, or no, I don't like museums. What kind of exhibition halls can you find at such a museum? Halls of human origins, halls of dinosaurs, halls of mummies, birds, halls of wildlife. Look at the layout of the text and decide what it is. Yes, it's a school blog. It's a website related to the school which Students can post in it and write about events. A trip to the American Museum of Natural History. Read the text quickly, skim, and match the pictures 1 to 3 with the people Brian, Tyler, and Mark. Now let's read. A trip to the American Museum of Natural History. At Eastwood Secondary School, we believe it's important to learn by experience. So last Thursday, we visited the American Museum of Natural History as part of a 5-day trip to New York City. Here are some of the things that our students enjoyed the most. Brian, there were so many things to see at the museum, like dinosaur holes and reptile holes, but what really amazed me was in the whole of North American forests. There you can see a slice of a tree trunk which used to be part of a 29 meters tall tree in California. This particular tree was a giant sequoia tree and was 1,400 years old when it was cut down. Fortunately, people aren't allowed to cut down sequoia trees anymore. This is Brian, and then let's read about Tyler. It was my first time there, so I didn't know what to expect. When we entered the Hall of Ocean Life, I was amazed. There is a model of giant blue whale which is hanging from the ceiling. It's huge. The guide who was showing us around told us that it's almost 29 meters long and weighs over 9 tons. Imagine that. Another place I liked was the Hall of African Mammals. It has models of elephants and lions, animals which I absolutely love. And then let's read about Mark so we can know. Let's read about Mark here. For me, the dino fan, the dinosaur holes were the best. That's where you can find the biggest collection of dinosaur bones in the world. I couldn't stop taking pictures. My favorite hole was the one with the 65 million year old fossil of and the fossils of other dinosaurs whose names I forget. T-Rex was very powerful, but I think the most terrifying thing was its head with its huge jaw full of 15 centimeters long sharp teeth. One thing I learned was that it had a larger brain than most other dinos, big, strong, and clever. Let's go back and see. We wanted to see, to skim and match the pictures 1 to 3. Yes, here. Read the text quickly, skim. Read the text quickly, skim, and match the pictures 1 to 3 with the people Brian, Tyler, and Mark. Number 1 is, yes, it's Mark. And number 2 is, yes, perfect, it's Brian. And number 3, excellent, it's Tyler. Okay, now let's go back to the text here. What does the word particular means? It means relating to one person or thing rather than others. And the word giant means extremely large. And then let's turn to, yes, the word expect. It's a verb. To think or believe something will happen. The adjective amazed means extremely surprised. And the verb weighs, to measure the heaviness of an object. And then let's go to mark. Powerful means strong. Terrifying means very frightening. Practice. Now read the sentences and circle the correct answers. Number 1. Wow, that elephant is huge. How much? How much does it enter, weigh, or grow? Please write this sentence in your notebook and answer it. Number 2, they don't, him to live. They don't expect, show, or find him to live. Number 3, it was amazed, particular, terrifying. We might have been killed. Number 4, Jan was at the size of the crowd, huge, amazed, or clever. Match the words and the meanings. Amazed, huge, expect, powerful, terrifying. Extremely large, strong, very frightening, extremely surprised, to believe something will happen. Again, amazed, huge, expect, powerful, terrifying. Write these questions in your notebooks and answer them. Complete the sentences with the correct words. Giant, particular, weighs, amazed. You will be at what scientists discover. Number 2, the company has taken steps forward. Number 3, gold more than iron. And number 4, are you here today for any reason? Please do these exercises in your notebooks. Okay. Thank you and goodbye.